Morse code is a way of changing text, so letters of the alphabet, into a series of presses of a switch. And Morse code was used in the very early days of communications when, well, before the telephone was invented. So you couldn't speak down telephone wires, down the electrical wires. What you could do is make a circuit, and the wires could stretch for a very, very long way between towns or cities. When you press the switch at one end, in one city, then the electrical circuit would run all the way to the other city, and the person on the other end might be able to see a light bulb turn on or hear a sound, a buzzer sound. In the old days, it was just a click. So every time you pressed, you produced a click in the telegraph, and that click was then interpreted to make it into an alphabet and then words and then sort of translate into a proper message. So it's a very old thing, and the chap who invented this particular code is called Samuel Morse. So it's an American code produced a long time ago. Perhaps you could research when did he invent the code to be used in the telegraph system. So it works a bit like this. There's our buzzer circuit. So every time we press, we'll make a bleep. And the Morse code for letter A is a dot and a dash. Well, all we've got is a bleep. So what it means is a short bleep or a long bleep. So a dot is a short bleep, a dash is a long bleep. So I'll just keep the thing still while we do it. So letter A would be sent, short, long. So letter A, the person at the other end would then write down, oh yeah, that was a short and a long, that's a dot and a dash. And then next letter, what might that be? What message could we have? Well, why not think of a simple message to send, then write the Morse code beside it. So if your message might be something like any don't know why you would send this message. Any onions for sale. Now we need to translate the message you want to send into Morse code. So we simply look along the list. N, oh, that's the reverse of the previous one, look. Then Y, dash, dot, dot, dash, dot, dash, dash. Then a space, so we would just leave a gap in the transmission and then go for letter O. Well, O is an easy one to remember because of a very famous message, which was the SOS. Dot, 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 dash, 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 dot, 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 repeated. I wonder if you know what that message was supposed to have meant. It's only 3 letters, but each letter stood for a particular word, and it's got something to do with a famous ship which sank. Okay, so you get the idea. You simply construct your message, then translate it into Morse code, and then use your circuit to send the message. You can even invent your very own codes which nobody else would understand. I mean, this is Samuel Morse's code, the Morse code. You can invent if you were called Jones, you could invent the Jones code, which would be different from this. In fact, that's how secret messages were sent. So let's look at any, A-N-Y. So that would be dot dash, then dash dot, then dash dot dash dash. So that's that first word sent. In the Second World War, operators were trained to do Morse code so quickly that it was just unbelievable. Now that's not fast. That's not fast. It's said that they could do one complete character, that's however many dots it took and dashes, in less than 1 second. If you think about that, 0, 1, there's a second gone. And in that time, you would have had a letter sent, a single letter. So this message would have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, less than 9 seconds to send that, which is really fast. The person on the other end would have to have the pencil ready to write it down really quickly. But of course, they wouldn't write the letters down. They might write the dots down, but then when they got used to it, they didn't even need to write the dots and dashes down. They would write the letters down directly. So it just shows what you can learn. Fabulous. Have a go at Morse code. Send a few messages. Perhaps you might want to invent your own secret message code.